cleaning stuff in terms of, how to access material on Blackboard, what to expect from me in terms of communication and assessments and grading. And a little bit, we'll just go over the syllabus and the course outline quickly. And then that'll probably take us to around 5:50 or 6 o'clock. We'll have a 10-minute break and then get into the material for today. So just a little bit of house cleaning, I like to call it. So you guys have all used Blackboard by now for a semester, so you're probably comfortable with it. I like to break it down into 3 sections here on the left. So let's see here. I actually have something for my mouse.
Honestly, I was more comfortable with the previous Blackboard.
Oh, I know. This one, the new Ultra, it's taking me a little bit to get used to. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Honest thoughts. Do you like it, or you
sometimes it's very hard to connect with the WebEx section or the Microsoft Teams, because sometimes it just gives us random error. We have to copy paste the link to get it done and all those things.
Yeah, I had that happen today here too, because I clicked this link and then it just says this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, I know, it's the weirdest thing. But I noticed if you go like this, click it with your middle mouse button, like the scroll wheel, then it opens in a new tab. So you can do that, or you can right click, open and link a new tab, and then it will work. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure. So I've got this little highlighter thing so you can follow my mouse, and when I click it turns purple, so hopefully that helps. I can turn it off if it's also distracting for you guys, but just let me know. So I break it down into 3 sections on the left here. So we've got the course information, which I'll go through first, and then we've got the course work. This will be where all your assignments and weekly material is. And then anything you need help and support for, any faculty feedback surveys or, useful tools and stuff. Usually you won't need this kind of stuff, but if you do need access to those links for like Student Success Center, then they'll be here. So starting off the first one, obviously, and then the announcements, this is at the top. Faculty information is here if you need my email. And then the hours, this is actually wrong. I need to update this. Our hours are 5 till 8 on Tuesday, which and then we're going to be in person. You'll hear an announcement when we're going back in person. So until then, we'll be on Microsoft Teams. Course information. So yeah, here we go. We will be in N102 when we're back in person in the new building. And I'm assuming that's the first floor since it's a 102 building. Everything else you need that's like an important document, like the syllabus or the course outline, the alignment document, will be in this section, okay? There's no required textbook. And then in terms of communication from the course, I try to get back to your emails within 2 business days during the week, obviously. And if it's on the weekend, I try not to be in work mode, so I might not get back to you guys on the weekends. And then I try to grade assignments within 2 weeks or 10 business days, depending on the type of assignment, right? So the bigger the assignment, the longer it'll probably take me to grade. But so getting into these materials, the syllabus, I'm still working on tweaking a few things. So I'll show you a basic bare bones of what I've got worked out right now. Most of it's the normal stuff. And I'm just tweaking a couple little things, but there's my information. Office hours for now will be online by appointment only. So you'll notice if you email me, and I can put my link actually in the faculty information as well. I use Calendly, which probably a lot of professors use, for you to book like a 15-minute or half an hour session online. And then I'll just approve it if it works with my time schedule. And then we'll both get Outlook notifications when to meet. So if you have office hours, it's by appointment only for now while everything's remote. And then eventually when we're back in person, I'll be in my office and stuff. So expectations for success. I expect you guys to attend class regularly. So, right now we've got a lot of people showing up. It's the first day, it's the first week, but as the semester goes on, I always notice this happens. People start to peter out, you get busy, you get, tired, you don't want to go to class at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. I get it. And there's maybe the odd week where that will happen, and that's fine. If it's the odd week, but if it's consistently, that people are missing or only have a couple people showing up, it gets really tough for me to prepare all that material when not everyone's actually showing up to class. So if you want to have success, expect to come to class. There's going to be in-class things that we do that are worth marks. So it's in your best interest to be in class. And of course, on the material that we cover, and with me being present for questions, it's the best way for you to learn and get those things cleared up. This course requires a 60% to pass, just like all the other grad program courses. And if you need to refer to the academic policies and procedures, the link is right there. So for academic misconducts, plagiarism, obviously not being tolerated at all. So this is the breakdown that I'm still working on a little bit, and it'll be roughly pretty similar to this, except these assignments, these first two, are going to look a little bit more like this. So we'll have a midterm project and a final project. They'll both be group projects, so you're going to be in groups of about 4 to 6 students. And then there's going to be an assignment 1 and an assignment 2. So this weighting will be the same. Final project will be 40%, and your midterm project will be 20%. You can see like what the evaluation or what the project type will be. So this will be on Power BI. This will be on SQL, Talend, and we'll cover all of those well in advance before the projects are due. And the due
Sorry
date
to
will
interrupt,
roughly.
but
Yeah, for sure.
I'm guessing the weighting will change, considering right now it's 120%.
So, oh, I see. That maybe looks confusing to you. I can take this out. It will be 2040, 20, 20, 20. Yes. So what I was going to show you, that should be like this. These will both be 10. There we go. So I think if you actually click the link online, yeah, they're showing as 20 right now. So I'm still tweaking that. Thank you for noticing that. So both the assignment 1 and 2 will be 10%. And then there will be 10 minor assessments that will be like, labs or in class that will actually add up to a significant portion of your final grade. So there'll probably be not one per week, but roughly one small thing per week that you'll do in class. That'll be 2%. And that will happen 10 times, giving you a total of 20% for those minor assessments. So together, all your assignments will be 40% of your final grade. Your midterm project will be 20% of your final grade. And then your final project will be 40%. Cool?
Okay.
Any questions about that?
So we don't have in midterm and final. We just have a midterm project and final project, right?
Correct, yeah. So if you're wanting to look at the course outline is right here, and this is like the technically legal document given to us by the college. So if we go through this, we can see, you can read the course description to kind of get an idea of what the course covers. Here, course evaluation. So passing grade is 60, and then assignments are 40, midterm projects 20, and group final projects 40. So yeah, it's kind of nice for you guys if you have other classes, other courses that have a ton of tests and midterms. During your midterms for this course, it's just going to be a project. So hopefully you'll have stuff underway, and it's a group project. So, it won't be like a last minute cram. I got to study for this 1 week thing. So it'll kind of be building up over the year into that final project and that final midterm. Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Sweet. Okay, so let's look at the learning outcomes. So these are the learning outcomes given by the college that we have to meet. So to reinforce combining data from different sources of information to fulfill an organizational need for business intelligence, design data analysis models that can provide BI, I'll say business intelligence or BI interchangeably, just so you know, to inform management decisions, perform a variety of data quality control procedures such as gap analysis, problem analysis, needs assessment, cost-benefit analysis, business test plans, and test cases. So then you can see here the evaluation type. It'll be introduced because you guys haven't covered that yet. It'll be reinforced, and then it'll be assessed. Apply business intelligence tools and techniques to provide insights and recommendations for management consideration. Again, that'll be introduced, reinforced, assessed. And then the last one, number 5, present data visualizations to communicate analysis, insights, and recommendations to stakeholders. So that one might be something that you've already been introduced to, and this will be reinforced here. So that'll be, like your charts and stuff. So those are your main 5 learning outcomes that we'll try to cover as we go through that. Any questions about that? Cool. And you kind of saw like a little preview as I work through the rest of the syllabus here. It'll be kind of covering these main topics. So our first topic for the first 5 weeks will be Power BI. Have you guys used Power BI before?
Oh, yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
used it a little bit last semester.
Yeah, for
Okay.
like analyzing thing, making a chart thing.
Just
to make
like
charts to do presentations.
Okay, like little simple stuff. Like you didn't use it a ton for making like reports and in-depth reporting
No.
features.
No,
Okay.
No,
basic.
no.
not yet.
Okay, cool. All right, that's good. So we won't be, hopefully we won't be repeating any material. Okay, that's good. And then the second topic that we'll cover after that is using machine learning. So doing a bit of Python scripting on some of that data to learn business insights. So that'll be a shorter topic. It'll be about 3 weeks. So you can see there from week 5 to week 8. And I believe reading week is in there at week 7. I don't have the exact dates for you, but we can Google it right now to get the reading week.
Usually reading week is week 8.
Oh, is it week 8? I thought it was weeks. Oh, maybe it was week 7 last
7
semester
is
because
a
it was the
midterm.
13th week. Here, February 28th to March 4th. Perfect. Okay, so February 28th to March 4th, which would be, what are we? This is week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, week 8. You got it. Okay, cool. So that would be until reading week, basically, the machine learning. And then after that, we're going to cover some SQL stuff. Have you guys used SQL? I'm assuming you guys have experience with SQL now at semester 2.
Yeah, little bit.
Yes, sir.
We had some of the stuff with SQL.
Okay,
Honestly,
like
SQL probably is it's probably less experience than the Power BI, I guess, because that SQL is just like a little bit, like really a little bit.
oh, okay.
We just
so you'd
loaded
say,
a data into a database.
And
Okay.
and not any instructor like give us like a really proper like a how to do the code and how to actual like manage a thing, something like that.
Perfect. Okay, that's good to know.
Basically, the simple stuff like creating a tables, creating the views, and then exporting it later on in report builder for the charts and everything.
Okay, that's not too bad then. So you've covered it a little bit, but you'd say your knowledge with SQL is a little bit less than with Power BI.
So like we are an option, like we have to choose for our final assignment from SQL, Power BI, or any visualization tool. So like most of us still preferred Power BI over SQL. Like it wasn't that great for us. That's the reason.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one, your final project will be in SQL. So that will hopefully challenge you guys to learn that one a little bit better. So
Yeah.
we'll do SQL and then we'll do a little bit of Talent, which I'm assuming you guys probably haven't used either.
No, we
No.
haven't heard it.
No.
I haven't
I've
heard about
never
it, to
heard
be
of it.
honest.
Okay.
Yes, quite new thing.
That's fine. It's only like a 2-week thing, so we'll just be introducing you to the basics of it, but it's just a tool that you use in conjunction with, SQL to clean your data through like an ETL process, right? So that'll be good. Perfect. Okay, that's great. And then obviously these minor assignments will just be labs as we go throughout on each of those topics, sort of like they could be mini quizzes. Today there's a discussion board that I want you to be part of. So, do that before the end of the week. And then, I'll obviously make you guys aware of what those minor assessments are and when they're worth grades. Cool. Okay, so that's the syllabus, that's the course outline. Yeah.
The discussion board that you just mentioned, is that the introduction thing or something?
Yes. Yeah. So very, very simple, very easy for you guys. And that's that. Okay, cool. So that's all the important documents, I believe. I'll update this and I'll post the syllabus when it's finished. And then, cover those changes that I make. But speaking of the discussion board, let's go into the weekly learning folder here. So this is where all your coursework will be. You can see week 1 folders there. And then I've actually got this discussion board posted outside of the weekly learning just because it's an intro discussion board. So just, I've got this brief description, just a few paragraphs, 3 sentences in each paragraph or something, describing your background in programming, so I can get to know a bit about, what your knowledge is and where you guys are comfortable, specifically with tools to like what I've mentioned. So SQL, Python, Talend, which might be new for a lot of you guys, and then the last one being Power BI. So talk about your experience with those, and then your past education history or your past work history if you've worked at companies doing stuff with big data or just programming in general. It's interesting for me to know kind of like the strengths and weaknesses of where different students are coming from. So talk about that, and then if you feel comfortable to share some of your hobbies, I like to get to know a little bit about what you guys are interested in, and then I can kind of make that relevant in some of the assignments. Like if someone says they're really into music or something like that, then I like to make those relevant connections. So sometime before next week, participate in this. And if you want to respond to other people's posts that you don't know yet, then feel free to do that. There's an option to respond. And if you want to use pictures, YouTube video or whatever, then you can do that too. I posted a video here from another course, but it's just still introducing all my background. You don't have to watch it. I just posted it as an example. So that is the discussion board there. And then obviously the weekly folder that we'll get into in just a sec here. All your assignments and tests will be in the assignments and tests folder here. You can already see the breakdown for the year. Okay, so I try to lay this out at the beginning. There's no due dates yet in any of these, and there's no way to submit or instructions on what to do. It's just showing you the 10, 10, 20, 40, 20, which adds up to your 100% of your weighted total. So as we go through the year, it'll update that column in your grade center, and you'll be able to track your progress to your final mark, right? So you'll be able to see how you're doing throughout the year, and it helps me identify, students who are maybe falling behind or, ahead of the curve, and then I can kind of judge based on that. So this will be where you submit your assignments. Everything will be submitted through Blackboard. So no emails to me, or unless it's like an exception where like something didn't work, or it was a late submission or something like that, and you've emailed me and it's been okay, but it just saves my inbox from becoming a little cluttered. So that's that. Okay, cool. And then for Microsoft Teams, obviously you guys all have it to join this. Did you guys see the team that I created for business intelligence?
Yes, we got the notification.
Okay, let me just pop it over here because I want to show. Teams will be what we meet in, but there may be the odd time. So here's the list of my teams. And I've got a business intelligence team. I like to have a team for each of my classes. So inside of here, if you ever want to ask me a question and you think it might be pertinent to the entire class, then just feel free to start a new conversation, and then I'll just reply to you in here, and then everyone will be able to see it. And then it might also happen where if you send me an email and it applies to everyone, I'll reply to you here. So then that way, it gets sent to everybody really easily. It doesn't send out an email blast on Blackboard or whatever like that. It's just a simple Teams notification. But obviously our meetings will pop up here every week. So you'll be able to find them here as well. If the link doesn't work in Blackboard, you can just go to your calendar. And if you've accepted it, then you should be able to see your meeting up on Tuesday to join. Obviously, until we're back in person, that'll be the way to join virtually, right? So other than that, I won't post really any files or anything like that here. So this will just be a spot, for quick questions or anything like that. So you should be able to see that. If you don't see that, email me and I can add you to the Microsoft Teams. Cool. Okay, one note that I wanted to make on the syllabus. Where was it? Okay, as I finish we're almost done. We're almost through the housekeeping. Okay, here. No. There we go. Here's the syllabus. Okay, as we go through, so you can see there's a schedule of weekly activities roughly, and that may change depending on our class progress. I wanted to add just a note based on a meeting that I had today with another lecturer. It was a really good point. So at the end of the year, I always have one or two students that come up to me and they've had like a failing grade or very close to passable grade. Like you need a 60% to pass, and they get like a 57 or a 58. Straight up from the get-go, I want to let you know that there is no makeup assignment or makeup work that will be accepted after at the end of the year. So once you've submitted your assignments and the due date has passed, there's a late policy where each day you'll lose. I believe it's 20% per day. So if you miss your assignment deadline by 5 days, then your assignment, you've missed the submission for it, right? So if you are late, I just followed that and I use that to do the deductions with the percentage, as well as at the end of the year, there's no makeup assessment. So you have to be responsible for keeping yourself on track to know if you're going to be just below that 60% or close, to make sure that you're above it before the end of the year. And I always have a student too at the end where this has happened and they say to me like, listen, I have so much money on the line. I'll have to get my visas extended. I have to get my work permit. It's going to expire. I don't want to have to find a new place to live, whatever. And there's all of these things that pop up. But the thing is that is your situation coming in now at the beginning of the year. And you have all of the control, all of the opportunity now to do a good job. So I just want to put that out there at the very beginning, to do the work. And if you show up and you submit what I ask for, then you'll easily pass this course. But if you don't do it, if you don't submit stuff, there's no way to make up for missing work at the end. So you're in control of your own destiny, as I like to say. And I just like to get that out in the open, because I always have like one or two students at the end where this, unfortunately, it happens. But really, in the end, they're the ones who could have changed it had they been on top of things. I will, 2 months in, if you are struggling or if you're falling behind, I'll reach out to you and have like an early alert system. But then other than that, it is up to you to manage yourself. Okay, so it's 5:50. We'll take a break and then we'll get back into things at 6 o'clock. Is there any questions before we just jump off, grab a drink, grab a bite to eat or something quick like that?
Professor, in the weekly learning, the welcome and introduction, we have to create a new thread for our submission?
It's a good question. So let's take a look here in the weekly learning. Yeah, so there will be no threads right now. So you just will click create thread here, and then you'll see those instructions again. And then you can just create the subject as introduction, or you can put your name, and then you can just write your paragraph right here.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I could create a thread here and then you could all respond to it, but it's fine if you guys all create different threads, then I can see your names and click them and go through it. So perfect. All right, any other questions?
Just for confirmation, so that is just only the paragraph, not the video? I thought you said like a different kind of format.
Oh, what I was saying about that was different forms of submission are accepted. So if you'd feel more comfortable to do like a photo or like a YouTube video instead of writing a paragraph, then that's totally fine. I just want to allow opportunities for students where if they're not the best at writing or something like that, then they can make a video or something instead. And I'm just saying both will be acceptable.
Oh, cool. I'm actually kind of like in opposite. I would like to write a paragraph.
Okay, yeah, no, whatever you prefer. That's all I was saying. If you prefer one way or the other, that's up to you how you do it. So perfect.
Cool.
Okay, awesome, guys. Well, I'm super excited to get started. So we'll just take a quick 10-minute break, pop back at 6 o'clock, 6:02. Go grab maybe not a coffee. You'll be awake all night. But I'll see you guys in 10 minutes, and then we'll pop right back into it.